Hi, today we're going to talk about the most important instrument in the band, the tuba. Let's start with your tuba case. The case for your tuba is very large and kind of unwieldy, but you need to be careful with it nonetheless. Treat the tuba and the tuba in the case as if there were a child inside this case. Don't slam it down. Be careful with it. Before you open the case, make sure it's set down on a flat surface. I highly recommend setting it carefully on the floor. You want to have the top up and the lid facing you. The handle facing you is a good place to start. Identify the top of your tuba case. Usually on the top is where the brand name is. Maybe there's some school markings there. Your name may be there. Also, the top lid of most cases is thinner than the bottom lid. Undo all of the latches, and the latches should also undo by going upwards if you have the tuba the right direction, and open the lid. Ta-da! The tuba. Notice the way that your tuba is laying in the case. When you're not using your tuba in class, you want to lay it on the floor this same way. Never rest the tuba on the bell. The bell section of the tuba is the thinnest part of the tuba and the most easily dented. You may see some professional tuba players or older tuba players setting their tuba on the bell. When you're older and a professional and own your own tuba, you can choose how to set it. In the meantime, always lay it down with the valves facing upwards. Remove your tuba carefully from the case. Always use two hands. Set your tuba carefully on your lap. Now your instructor may also provide you with a stand to set the tuba on, and that can be really helpful as well. Let's talk about the parts of your tuba. Even though the tuba is a really large instrument, it has a lot of the same parts as many of the smaller brass instruments, like the trumpet. Starting with its mouthpiece. Mouthpiece is much larger, and the mouthpiece fits into this part right here with just a twist. This is called the lead pipe. Now, on many tubas, the lead pipe leads us down to a slide right here, and this is the main tuning slide. It's used to adjust the overall sound of the tuba. On some tubas, it's elsewhere. The pipe from the main tuning slide leads us into the valve section where there are the three valves. 1, 2, 3. Each valve section has its own tuning slide. On the first valve section, this is the first valve tuning slide. The second valve has a much shorter tuning slide, right here. The third valve has a very long tuning slide. You have to be very careful with this one on most instruments because it sticks out the farthest. It's the one that's usually going to get bumped, and it's the one you really want to be careful with. Some of the slides have at the bottom of them a water key. There's one. There's another one. Those are really useful for getting the condensation out of your tuba. Now, a tuba like this is a front-facing tuba, and the valves are in front. It usually has a thumb ring to put your thumb in to make it easy to hold the tuba and squeeze the valves. Some tubas have top-facing valves. In that case, there's usually a bracing or piece of tubing for you to put your thumb under to give you some extra grip. Finally, this big piece on the top of your tuba, it's called the bell. And as we mentioned earlier, it's really delicate. It's the thinnest metal on the tuba and shouldn't be used to set your tuba down with. Many tuba cases have a place to hold your accessories, a little compartment somewhere. That'll hold things like your mouthpiece, valve oil, a container of tuning slide grease, a mouthpiece brush. This is used to keep your mouthpiece clean, and usually some type of a polishing cloth. In some band rooms, there's a place to hang your tuba up. Make sure you've got instructions from your band director on how to do that very carefully. In future videos, we'll talk about caring for and playing the most important instrument in the band, the tuba.